This would have to be the most tragic thing that's ever happened in my sim racing career. I think you guys will be able to feel the pain that I had inside, especially if you watch this through. A lot of action in this race, a lot of accidents. Going through the field from like 27th, back of the back, in the pit booth. Even my booth was like way back in the pits. Drove this thing to nearly a podium. Insane race, tragic, but still fun. And let's get into it. Alright, time for the race. Here we are in the pits. Look how far back this booth is. It's the first time I've really been so far back. Got the countdown, and I know it hurts. It hurts to hear the cars driving and going further away from you. But especially F3, like, I just think it's the only way. There's a couple other guys in this pits here as well. I just think it's the only way to have a decent race consistently with Formula 3. The cars are so fragile and fast. As you can see, they're crashing already. So imagine if you were in that. I decided to start on the grid and I got stuck in that. And your race can be pretty much over. And a lot of the time it has ended for me like that. So when it comes to Formula 3, man, I always start in the pits. The only time I'd say that you don't have to do that is if you're a really high split, because the chances are the crashes will be less frequent, and if you were to start back every second, really hard to make it up.
Oh, he went to the moon.
To my dog, right?
Yeah, but we must have run into him and launched him up.
Brayden, have a look. Brayden, have a look if I have a front wing. Yeah, so.
Old mate's lost his front wing. But just on the third monitor, I saw some guy get launched into orbit. That looked pretty high up on my screen. Here's another accident. Like, just start from the back, and it works. And chances are all these guys aren't really on the pace anyway. So you just pass them one at a time and work your way up. And plus it feels good to be able to pass all these people as well. Taking it easy on this first corner. A lot of dudes still miss Apex anyway. Apex hunters. I need to go and hit up. But, oh man. Love this track. Road Atlanta with the Formula 3. It's just so smooth. You see these guys just slowly catching up to them. Nothing drastic. Not going to drive dangerous and catch them off guard. It's not worth crashing all the way back here. Another crash. Only on lap 2. This corner always bites. I'm not even sure where they ended up, to be honest, in that crash. So we try and keep the... I mean, there's a lot of action in this race, so there's not much skipping needed anyway. But just to make it not broken up and kind of clunky as we skip ahead, and you don't really know what lap I'm on. I've kept it to a minimum. Massive smoke pile up ahead. In my mind, I thought it was just a monster lockup. But no, instead, it was an actual accident. I think they just ejected straight back to the pit, so... Someone's race not going too flash. Didn't make it past lap 3, I believe we're on. Finally into the 115s. And that's kind of the number I was wanting to hit the whole time. I can do 14s, especially with draft. It's not pro time or anything, but it's consistent. It's not too sketchy. As talk about sketchy, there goes the blind Apex. It strikes again. There's a couple of corners to watch. One is number 1 on this track, Road Atlanta.
Why is the screen still blurry? What the hell?
It's daunting. It's you know, it's ballsy, but if you hit it right, it feels really good. This one's nice. You can really just hook it in, and then this one always deceiving. Need to brake a little bit earlier, but not that early, because now I'm hitting every jump in the vicinity. And the Formula 3, especially that outer curb there. In practice, I've hit that multiple times. It really launches the car up, wheel spin straight to the fence. And so thankfully I've done that enough in practice where I don't do it in the racing anymore. A couple guys racing pretty hard ahead. Massive group of cars. So it's a bit of a quiet time now, and we'll actually skip another lap or so right now to the action of where we're finally catching them, trying to get into the draft. Monster lock up again into the the chicane here. And with that, it wasn't a lockup, it was actually an accident. So old mate here, kind of a bit not comfortable feeling going over a blind crest like that, having a guy on your left, because you can't really see what the inside of the track is. You just have to trust in yourself. With that chicane striking out. Actually, there's 3 parts of this track that you have to watch, and that chicane is definitely one of them, as we'll see, as I'll experience. And that's all we'll say for now. But so far, so good. I mean, this race is fun, driving well, and, well, not well, driving to Narnia well, but everything's going well. Like, it's not, I haven't had any huge near misses or anything, just slowly working our way out the field, starting from the pits, as I've found. I mean, I'd like to start from the grid, but really, you just gotta be honest with yourself, what will hurt more? Finishing a couple positions behind because you let them get a 10-second head start, or crashing out on the first lap and tanking all your ratings. It's just so brutal with how far you get tanked with the ratings. I've made a video previously on this. Here we go. We've got a lot going on here. Oof. And it ends badly. Dodge a left, dodge a right. Get off track, but that's alright.
I had that turn, that's disgraceful. I had that turn.
That is the most Irish accent I've ever heard on a iRacing in my whole life. But even ahead of those guys that just crashed, there was a triple pack that nearly did the same thing ahead. So, like, everyone races so hard sometimes. And you'll see it, there's a prime example of it before, or sorry, later in the session, where this guy comes flying past us, wants to battle for position. We follow him for a while, and you can just see how drastic, sporadic he's driving. Like overly committed, and it's not worth it. And in the end, for a lot of guys, and this guy specifically as well, which you'll see, I'll skip ahead here in a second, it doesn't end well for him. We've got another lap or 2 ahead. Again, the downtime only of this race was just closing the gap between the people. Oh, another crash here. Monster one into turn 1, and that is never fun. Make up more position. So, I didn't check what we started at in the pits, even though I've mentioned it. I know it was like 26 cars or something, is my guess, around there. Another guy binned it. Didn't even get a yellow flag for that. Late one. He was in the fence and raced over. And we'll see that in the replay at the end of all the incidents. Now, we're getting close. Now, with everyone else crashing, we just have one lonesome guy ahead of us. And now's probably the most downtime of the whole race. I had one objective, and I was getting the draft of this guy ahead.
I'm quitting this game.
That poor guy there, Samuel, I think his name was. If you didn't hear what that said, I did giggle, and I was talking to my brother on Discord at the time, which you can see me like talking and it's not coming through on the camera. That's why. But that guy, I think he qualified first. We get nearly halfway through the race, and I don't know what's happened to the poor guy. But I think someone's taken him out. He's probably been battling really hard, and we're just so aggressive in this category for such fragile cars. But they are fun to drive, and you can really commit with a lot of downforce. So I kind of see the psychology of how that happens. But I just can't preach enough how much success, or more success I have. That guy was lucky then. He put 2 wheels in the grass. He was lucky. Now, we're close up for the draft. We need to get that corner right. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't bad. Now, if you're within about 1.5 seconds, I'm not showing the exact number, and it might change with certain cars. I'm pretty sure it's 1.5 seconds, or at least under 2 for sure. In like the GTEs, to get a little bit of draft. And I think we're in it here, because you can see we're slowly getting closer and closer. So that's the objective. We're finally getting there. Trying to not stuff up the exit of corners, especially the 2 places, which is one's here, and then that long back straight before the chicane is where you can really close some gap. Sneaking up on him, taking it easy. I think old mate here, if I remember, I haven't watched this over once just to kind of shorten the video for you guys. Did it alright, corner there, slowly getting closer and closer to him. The best part about this is you're in control of when you can come up behind him. Everyone likes attacking more, no one likes to be trying to hold a position. But normally the pressure applies to them, applies to everyone. Everyone's human. But when you see someone up in the rear vision, you know, it can really phase you. And especially in iRacing, stuff, that's too much curve there. Luckily he didn't get a super good exit, and we do have a long straight, and we're both kind of in the draft here, so it wasn't the worst. He did pull away from us a little bit, but as the top speed increases, you'll see it start to really get sucked up into his draft there. But especially with iRacing, if they're in your rear vision, monster lock up ahead again.
Watch out the rejoin, please.
So having fun with rejoins. Someone in the rear vision, you can imagine just seeing the nose. Like iRacing, how many times have you guys been punted? I would hate to have to count. And that does change your trust in people in your rear vision, which adds to the pressure. I was a bit early on the brake there. I think because I'd stuffed this first corner up just a few times. And plus, we've got these two about to be in a battle. As one guy's lap traffic actually, so he's getting the draft, and we're just trying to drive smart and use the draft from him as well.
Is it, mate?
And here it is. So after the downtime of the race, I would say, now the action is ramping back up, and the later half of this race is just something going on the whole time. So this guy's got a draft, he's got a boost into the corner, we're getting a boost behind him. We're going to take the brakes a little bit early because we've got that extra speed, and that's something that really catches people off guard, me a few times. Always got to make that kind of like a habit to remember that, because you don't realise how much quicker you're actually coming into the corner. So your braking marker changes. Got the draft again, so a double section of draft, you can really see it working here. We're about to break 115, break a bit early, make sure we don't stuff it up. Just apply the pressure to him and wait for him to make the mistake. And even crew chief says that. Breaking early again, make sure we just nice hit the corner. You can see him touching the dirt, he's running wide. And I'm starting to get a sense that he's really starting to feel the pressure. And this is such like a powerful position of the race. Or any part of a section when you're trying to race someone. Getting boosted up again. So I guess there's like a third draft section, really, isn't it? Roadland is really good for this. For nice, close racing because of that. Now, don't stuff the corner. You stuff us up, we're in big trouble. He's done it all right. Third person talking about myself. And that will give us all the boost we need. So he should have really defended to inside. He wouldn't have been able to hold it anyway, because the straight's so long. But you want the inside going to the chicane here. But I did overshoot a little bit. He backed off early. We went deep. Played it gentle on the throttle. If only I could remember that for the rest of the race, and you'll see why. And he comes back at me. Now the problem is here, it's good racing. We keep giving each other space. But, you know, you're putting so much emphasis on this position here that you sacrifice finishing any further up the field later on. Because we're losing time here. And I think I do say it to him if you see the dialogue button post up. Because look, he's overdriving. So he's going too deep again.
Right,
now I've got the draft on him.
Mate.
I'm sorry, I'm recording.
Oh,
My brother about to bust a password on chat. Luckily we stopped every time. But here again, so we're really stuffing each other up here, trying to race. So again, we get this exit right. So you see me brake.
Go right.
Yep. Not bad. Got the power on. So did he. Given any other racetrack. He's really defending hard here, isn't he? I should have probably hooked in behind him, but I just don't want to encourage this guy anymore because he's overdriving. When people are overdriving, this time it goes inside, as he should. And then, you know, that's when they'll make mistakes. Now, you see the rear vision. It really freaks you out. You've got to trust that they back off, and he did. And he's screwed himself, so he raced really hard with me. Slow each other down. And you had to yield that position. He's lost more time. And now I've got away, and some guys caught him from behind. And now he's going to have another battle, and he's dropping back down the pack. Rather than if we just would have but kind of not bad let. If the pass could happen, let me pass or whoever's behind you, and then draft up behind me. We have a poor lap traffic dude.
Oh, he just binned it. I thought he was getting out the way. He just drove it headfirst in the brick wall. Oh no. Oh my jeez, you got out of the way quick. Get out of the way quick. I don't think he's just older for that. It's just disconnected.
Oh, poor dude. Lap traffic, trying to get out of the way nice and quick for me. Too aggressive. Ended his race. The poor guy, the pressure got to him. He's going to hold your line. Sometimes let the blue flag go around you. It's different from Formula 1. There's always a debate what it means. Under the rules of iRacing, it's not yield your position. It's a notice that the guy behind you has to safely pass you. So there's actually nothing for you to really do. Kind of makes this bit of grey area, doesn't it, really? Nearly the mess up of all mess ups. That could have been a tragic ending. And turn 1 can bite hard when we mess it up like that. So got away with it. Didn't pinch a dirt, like a tyre on the dirt or anything and lose it. And now we're closing on the guy in front. Now it looks like... I'm going to make my camera a little bigger here. It blurs it. But it looks like we're now battling for position 4 ahead. And he nearly loses it. That was super lucky. Because of the accident, this guy actually closed the gap on me. So seeing him in the back of my rear vision really did make me put the pressure on a little bit. He has now been victorious, battling the dude that we were battling before as well, and then he put himself in their own position. So he's lost 2 positions in 2 laps, where it could have just been 1 and he could have been drafting right behind me. Then it would have been a 3-way battle. Keep your eyes on Jason here in front of us in the light blue F3. He is racing really, really hard. We're 5 got the line. Run for a 4th and 5th position, or 5th and 6th. So it's not, you know, it's not last lap dash. It's not the World Championships on the line. You need to make up 1 more position or 2 to win it, or you go home as a loser. But you can have a nice race here and finish where we are. And I can see clear as day, and you'll be able to see it too when you're like, you know, when you race people, when they're just pushing a bit too hard for their own good. So again, trying to get a decent exit here. Slow car on the right. That was another lapped car. That corner bites again. For the poor guy. So he's trying to draft this guy. He's quick. He's quick. Let's give him that. He's quick. But probably a bit too quick. Where you could drop off, you know, half a tenth or 1/10 per lap. And you could just drive it safely to the end. But he's on a mission. And that was just a silly off track, to be honest. But we're not going too bad. Not going too bad. Just watching these guys in front and seeing this battle about to unfold. This blue guy's fast, like I said, and we know he's going to catch up to the guy in front. So we're breaking into the 114s. We're drafting off him, as you can see. So that's great. We've got 4 laps to go for now. We'll fast forward 1 lap and we see, look how erratic he's driving. And that was a big indicator of, okay, this guy's a bit nuts. You know, as I've mentioned in a previous video, with other iRacers, just treat them like they're on meth. Treat them like they're on a bit of the hardcore drugs, and then you'll leave a bit of space to them. And I'm noticing with this guy, we're keeping an eye on him. Look at him, overdrive, he's going super wide. And now, again, it's another case of 2 guys battling it out. I mean, we're looking at, like, the top 5 positions here, so fair enough. But now I'm in the mix because they're really going hard at it. And we've got 3 laps to go from now. And I've got that in my mind. Look at these guys going so hard into it. And now I've got free roam. I can go outside line, I can go inside line. Just do whatever I can to get a good run. Miss the apex, though. That doesn't help my course. But now I've got a draft. And, well, this is where the race really starts to get interesting.
Good exit there. Do I take it 3 wide, George? Do I fucking take it 3 wide? We're doing it. We're doing it. Go, no, crashing! They clipped. Oh no. That was so close. I had to hit the brakes. He's about to take me out. Bro, what the fuck? 2 laps to go. Oh man, this is gnarly. I think busting my wheel. I got some vibrations.
And it's on. It's on. 2 laps to go. Battle, a 3-way battle here. Like, this is racing. This was so fun to be a part of. Like, I just gotta like be humble and happy about that. This is why we play iRacing. You know, this is why we sim race. This is why we're into motorsports in the first place and spend the money on it. It's for experiences like this, and look, it's just intense. Now I go for the pass here just because I had such a good draft. That's not to do with us. It's a different guy. I look at the rear vision, and I don't know what he does here. But he's come in a little bit hot and snaps out wide.
Full binned it.
Front.
No, behind me. I made a move on him. He's tried to like come back at me.
Unreal.
Too keen. We've got him.
And
line up.
yeah, Jason Bizzett. Now we get the draft, but it's not gonna quite be enough here. Smartly defends on the inside. Good drive with this guy. Yield the position because it's not worth trying to send it. And we'll just play it smart. We have the 1 lap dash. We have made it up to 5th position from starting in the pits, avoided who knows how many accidents, and this has turned out to be a race of the year, or one of the best races of the year. We got some dude crashing with 1 lap to go. That means we just got another position. Again, just overdriving it when I don't think he was battling anyone. So what a lot of that going on here at Road Atlanta. Now, we're really pushing here because I know we need to be in the draft here, and it all comes down to that exit of the second corner here and the draft up to the chicane. So I've got an okay one, miss apex a little bit, but we're right behind him. It's on. It is so on for the last corner of the race. Can we get 4th or 3rd position? I don't know what it is. I think it's 4th still. So he defends the inside smartly. We're coming up to the outside, and I'm just going to let this play out. We clear him.
My tree.
Defend. And then... No!
Nice work, Braden.
No way.
You crash? Oh, that's fun.
No.
Oh, I said nice work from all the way in the back.
Binned it.
Oh, bummer. Jeez. I'm just watching the standings here. Something must happen in the last lap. Shitty.
No, that was good fun right to the last lap.
What's that?
Bro, what just happened? I literally took it.
Maybe I gain a few more here as I cross the line. Everybody says.
I took the lead off. I really ran him wide and everything. And then I've just gone to gas a bit too soon.
Unbelievable. You could just see the...
Bro, I had 4th from 26th or something. Oh, I just binned it and got 7th. Oh no. Idiot. I've made a mistake like that in a long time, just way too keen. I didn't come off throttle, I can see I've got it half throttle still. Held it.
So as you can see from the details of that, just voice over what happens. We're going to watch the rest of the races, but earlier in the race when I did make that real short entry up the inside is where I got overtaken because I was a bit too slow on the exit. So I had that in mind. See this guy's pile up turn 1, then we've got turn 4 or whatever. There's lots of turns in a straightaway, so I don't know what this one actually counts as. And then someone gets launched here. Poor guy, just...
Well, that's the one that went up with the
tried to dodge him.
No.
But yeah, just too eager on that chicane. And didn't come with the throttle enough. You see I punch it in the middle of the 2 corners of the chicane.
I can't believe, man, I dipped my back wheel in the dirt the second last corner. No, it was the last corner. It's just a kink straight the last one.
Just a bit too eager. A bit too eager on the chicane. Tried to clear him, get away from him when he actually... When we watch a replay of where I was at, how far of the gap we actually had. I think he'd full, like, yielded the position.
Oh.
He's just too keen on the throttle, man, and didn't get enough turn. That was close from these two. Anyway, I'll leave you guys with my despair. I had to dodge these two here in the replay. Watch the rest of the replays. Thanks heaps for watching.
Terrible though. I need to put that new McLaren one on.
I'll see you guys next time.
Oh, something red. Graffiti thing. I don't know what that.
Bit of golf.
Yeah, I need the golf one.
Yeah. I'm watching F1 this weekend, boy. Trade school.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No.
How
Is
good?
it on this week?
Week off. No,
Next one
not
coming.
like this.
Baku,
This
yeah.
is the weekend, yeah. This is the down one, and then I'm at trade school, so yeah, I'll be able to watch it. That's if we're not still in lockdown.
This guy literally lost his wheel on a curb. Definitely didn't lose a go. Smacked the lip on the wall. So many spins on this wheel. Wait, is that? Oh wow. That's a wreck and a half. Crash is still going. Oh, such an idiot. I'm watching mine now. That hurts to watch.
What'd you do? Just fuck up hard.
Oh, that was such a good move too. And he bins it.
If you have made it to the end of the video, then I really appreciate you for watching it through. Hopefully you leave a like to give me back some of the pain or fix some of the pain that I felt last night. I could not believe it. I walked around the house for half an hour, I think, like giggling, but also like upset. It was ridiculous anyway. It was just funny. And be sure to click one of the other two videos on screen if you want to check out any more content on my sim racing channels. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you next time.